The Philippines. Transforming. Moving to greater heights. Surpassing expectations. Building strong and sustainable foundations to achieve inclusive growth. Good governance is changing the attitude of the world towards the Philippines and is creating a climate of confidence in the country. Amidst heightened volatility in the global economy, the Philippines stood out when it recently achieved investment-grade sovereign credit rating.
I think the word says it, you're investment grade. It's a signal to the rest of the world and to the local people that, capital should now flow to the Philippines. I work for the World Bank. This is my 12th country, and I've never seen a situation like this where so many things all point in the same direction. It's not just the macro situation itself, but the Philippines finds itself in that region with a very stable macro economic outlook, and with a government who realizes this full well and is undertaking a whole range of reforms that have been very difficult to do in the past, and the rest of the world has realized it. So that's why our own director, Muthu Kunishi, in a speech he made earlier this year, said the Philippines is no longer the sick man of East Asia, it's the rising tiger. And we in the World Bank believe that.
The investment-grade credit rating and the positive assessments from international institutions are well earned. These are the results of policy reforms deliberately implemented over the years in collaboration with the private sector to improve governance and harness the Philippine economy's growth potentials.
Truly, these reforms have enabled the country to sustain robust growth, post solid macroeconomic fundamentals, and make significant progress on various fronts.
Our economic growth has accelerated, with potential output now higher than the 4.85% average growth rate in the past 12 years. Growth has also become more broad-based. Inflation has been low and stable, and has been within the target range in the last 4 years. Our external payments position remains a key strength of the Philippine economy, with international reserves now exceeding our external liabilities. In fact, we have become a creditor to the IMF as we help in global financial stability efforts. Our banking system is sound and stable, making our banks effective intermediary of funds to service the credit needs of our people. The government's fiscal strength continues to improve, creating more fiscal space for productive investments.
That this kind of economic growth is happening when the Philippines has just been upgraded to investment grade means that development can take place at an even faster rate, opening more and better opportunities for business and investors.
Both the trade and investment side, we have seen significant growth coming from 2011 to 2012, and we expect the same thing for 2013. In particular, for investments, we've seen the growth in the registrations of investments with our investment promotion agencies increased by over 40% year-on-year, 2013 over 2012. We've seen a significant diversification of our exports. Electronics exports used to account for 70% of all merchandise exports. Today, it's around 40%. This means that we are now exporting many other products outside of the electronics products, including prefabricated housing, bicycle parts, medical devices, and so forth. Most of these products have higher value added.
There are many other reasons why the Philippines should attract more investments. One of them is its globally in-demand labor force.
One of the reasons were the Filipino values and the workforce that we looked at, as well as the economic PESA zone. We also looked at their education level, and 57% of our employees are engineering degreed here. And another is 18% is in arts and sciences and other disciplines. The bonus of it is that The workforce that we brought in has a lot of training in lean methodologies, which is very important to us.
We decided the Philippines, but before that, we researched Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, or other countries. But however, the Philippines was the best place to be investment for our shipbuilding business. In Philippines, there are many skilled workers, educated and motivated. Secondly, accessibility. The Philippines is the center of Southeast Asian countries. The lastly, the reliable partner, and also the friendly local government unit, which is Balambang Municipality. Philippines, a land that no shipbuilding history have given a real presence to the face made in Philippines. The quality of Balambang-made ships is the same as the doors made in Japan.
The establishment date of this company is March 2012. The only 3 or 4 months we can establish our company. Very easy and very convenient for us. So in other countries, that we cannot establish our company within 3 months. The attitude of Philippines is very cheerful. Every day that I come to work, it's very happy. Filipino, they get the good education. They have some of the knowledge of engineering. That one is another reason.
The Philippines has other competitive advantages and offers many opportunities for investors to do business profitably in the country.
The Philippines is about to hit its demographic sweet spot, and countries that have gone through that have seen acceleration in their GDP growth rates. As the per capita and disposable income increases, there will be a lot of opportunities for investors, not only to sell goods to Filipinos, but to invest in infrastructure. Secondly, governance has improved dramatically since President Aquino took over, and I believe this is going to be irreversible because people now are more empowered with internet. Third, 2015 is just a few years away, and the Philippines will be part of an integrated ASEAN economy that would be one of the largest in the world with an average age of 27. Finally, we are right in the middle of what will be the most dynamic economic region of the world for the next 30 to 50 years. So it's the best time to come in to a country like the Philippines where the upside potential is quite substantial and the downside risks are quite limited.
As the Philippines continues to outshine and reap accolades and seals of approval, the government strives harder to achieve inclusive growth and maximize opportunities for all.
People often ask us, what are the 3 things we have to do to produce inclusive growth? It really needs to be a comprehensive reform agenda across a whole range of sectors. I think it's more important that the country uses this moment, this confidence, this very committed government to sort of create a coalition around all the reforms needed to get inclusive growth going.
The BSP contributes to the government's goal of promoting inclusive growth through our advocacies on financial inclusion. First, by creating the regulatory environment to ensure greater access to credit and financial products for MSMEs, especially those underserved and unbanked sectors of the economy. Second, by reaching out to the public, including Filipinos overseas and the youth, through our financial education campaigns to encourage them to save more and invest more. Lastly, by providing a mechanism for redress of complaints related to consumer financial products. Through these initiatives, the BSP endeavors to ensure that the benefits of our sound macroeconomy translate to improvements in the microeconomy also. That is, as the Philippines moves along a higher growth path, no one is left behind.
Agriculture is one of the 2 sectors capable of creating jobs, complementing existing livelihoods and igniting rural development. Current reforms and policy transformations have created income-generating opportunities for more Filipinos, We continue to promote agribusiness investments by assisting in the development of various agribusiness enterprise in coordination with the regional marketing people, local government units, and the private sector to improve local employment and income opportunities and strengthen even more the partnership between the public and private sector. Under the Philippine Rural Development Program that was approved by the NEDA board last June 2013, investment in agri-fishery infrastructure and support for priority commodities determined together with public and private province-level stakeholders shall receive priority.
The investment grade is certainly a very good housekeeping seal for the Philippines, and therefore will be able to translate into making the Philippines a welcome destination for foreign direct investments. It will also translate into lesser borrowing costs and therefore less interest payments for the country. And all this mean that the country will be experiencing a greater fiscal space that can be devoted to more social services as well as livelihood and income generating programs, especially in the areas of infrastructure, agriculture, tourism, and of course the revival of the manufacturing sector.
The SME sector is very critical to the attainment of inclusive growth because SMEs account for over 99% of the business enterprises in the Philippines. A lot of our efforts are now really devoted to the support of SMEs. In particular, we have the shared services facilities which will provide a common facility to small groups of entrepreneurs because this will improve their production volumes as well as improve their quality. We also have many other programs that we offer, such as the SME Roving Academy, which will provide training programs in the basics of business, including tips on how to export, tips on how to design your products. We also are working on crafting a law and to ease the regulations and registration processes of doing business.
We're also doing PPP in terms of reforming the supply chain in the country. A lot of our poor are in the agriculture sector. We are reaching out to the large multinationals in this country so that they can use their purchasing budget to buy more from our agricultural sector. A very good example would be Nestle that's buying more of its coffee requirements in the country now. Jollibee has been helping onion farmers in the Philippines supply its onion requirements. I understand now they buy the bulk of their onion requirements from small farmers. It's important that the private sector realizes that it also has an important role in this quest for inclusive growth.
Indeed, the country's journey doesn't end with attaining investment grade.
We have to make sure that we institutionalize the reforms that President Aquino has started. Reforms in public financial management, in the BIR, and in the other important financial agencies of government. Reforms in terms of how we evaluate and reward government employees. It's important that we institutionalize meritocracy in this country. Reforms in terms of legislation, making sure that changes in policies are enshrined in laws. So the key is institutionalization. When people are able to clearly distinguish the impact to their own lives of good governance, then I think they'll demand more of the same after 2016.
Sustained, inclusive growth that benefits the public and investors alike can only be achieved through longevity. The longevity of reform and good governance that has built trust, confidence, and optimism in the Philippines.
Today, all the factors are in place. Political stability, low inflation, and low borrowing rates. Opportunities for growth in almost all sectors. A government committed to integrity and empowerment, and a people known the world over for their industry, loyalty, and creativity. In our country, you have the recipe for sustained inclusive growth that benefits investors and the public alike. All that is left is for us to engage each other and work together. This is the perfect time to invest in the Philippines.
Investment Grade Philippines, seizing opportunities to achieve inclusive growth.